Hello. So today I'm going to be talking about dash tag cancels again. In a previous video I talked about how to actually execute a dash tag cancel as well as the main application of it, that being for safe shield pressure on your opponent. And the idea is that it doesn't depend as much on your own spacing as say a dash in F tilt, or like pivot cancel F tilt, or like a dash walk down tilt. It's less dependent on your spacing because you're able to more quickly react to your opponent's positioning with a dash tag cancel Nair, so you can get out of the way earlier, or you could end up hitting them, or you can hit their shield and back up farther from them, so it's harder to punish, basically. Whereas if you misspace an F tilt, you're much closer to them, and it's easier for them to punish you. What I want to talk about is variance and timing. Basically, in that video, I believe I mentioned specifically dash tag cancel Nair on shield. So what that requires you to do, as you can imagine, is run towards your opponent. Now, during that time, you can be hit, and also during that time, you have to be on the ground, more or less. So basically, if you're like going from here to here and just running to your opponent, they have all the time in the world to just like hit you, just like down tilt or like run a grab, basically just check you to see like how early you're doing that dash tag cancel. Well, something you can do to counteract this is just by doing it earlier. And I mean like a lot earlier, like way earlier. You can do this shit like basically instantly. It's kind of insane. There's a lot of variance in when you can actually do a dash tag cancel. So same distance of running, or excuse me, same distance between me and the opponent, and like many different timings. All you're really doing is inputting your dash and then just deciding when to time your dash tag cancel. So you're just doing the same inputs. It's literally the same. So if you want to do it instantly, just do it instantly. Like just do the dash tag cancel input as soon as possible. So something like that. Whoops. So something like this, for instance. If you want to do it later, just do it later. Also, it's important to note that not only can you mix the timing of your dash tag cancel, but you can also mix how far back you go. So this entire time I've just been doing full drift back because it's generally the best option. However, sometimes you may want to mix it up and be like, today I will go for stand in place, or only slightly back up. Maybe now I'll go for the full back. And it really just depends on context. I find that going for the standing in place one might be most useful if you're trying to cover like a platform above you, or just like an opponent that's like kind of drifting in towards you. Maybe you want to not give up too much space, but you want to cover the air in front of you, perhaps. You kind of just have to play around with it, but there is a time and a place for everything, of course. So that was kind of the main talking point of like why instant dash tag canceling and the variance is super important. Right now, however, I'm going to transition into kind of a fun part. So, as you know, Nair has a back hitbox, or you should know that Nair can hit opponents like on the back, as you can see. Something like this. Now, actually getting that hitbox more often than not is going to be pretty challenging. But let's say your opponent's at ledge, and maybe they might be jumping up, for instance, or they're just kind of like hovering around this ledge. They're just chilling around here. What's nice about going for the dash tag cancel Nair, my fault. What's nice about going for dash tag cancel Nair is that entire time on the way back, that Nair is active. So basically you can end up doing things like this. Whoops. You can do things like this at the ledge, and suddenly you just have like really good positioning out of nowhere. Or something funny that I like to do, or that I want to try doing. You can go for like a delayed down smash over there. And that's pretty fucking sick, I feel. As an example. Then at like later percents, I'm gonna bump it up to like 60 first. You can still get F tilt here. Like that'll still connect. And at 70, for instance, as this is where I see it start killing, at least on Ridley. I need to be backed up a little more. It can be a little tricky to hit this one. this game. Hang on. Okay, there we go. You have to be kind of more like backed up. You need to hit like a later part of the Nair. Yeah, something like that. You kind of have to hit more like towards the back of the tail in order for the bear conversion to be true. But it can be made true starting at around 60, so I can show you that. Something like that. That's kind of it for this video. And these are kind of just the some newer developments that I found with dash tag canceling, some new applications. And I encourage you guys to experiment with these, see what interesting things you can find, and just try to incorporate this tech into your game plan. I think it's really, really useful and super underutilized. I've been getting pretty consistent with these lately, so it's really awesome. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.